There are people who are dating right now and they are concerned, seriously concerned as to how long is too long for them to be in that relationship and date for that relationship. Of course, I've had people who dated for 9 years, some who dated for more, and some who dated for 5 years, 6 years. And these people just want to know how long is too long for them to be in a dating relationship. I think we need to make something very clear here, and that is to ask ourselves again, what is the purpose of dating? Why do we date in the first place? Why do we decide to enter a relationship in the first place, right? The purpose of dating, the purpose of any relationship is to see and to ascertain if the two of you, right, are suitable, adaptable, and flexible to each other for marriage and to make marriage work, right? Other people may just say to mean if the two of you are compatible enough for marriage. That is the reason for dating. If you're asking somebody out or you're saying yes to somebody, this should be the background reason, the underlying reason why you're asking this person out and why you're saying yes. So usually I will always say, if you're going to a relationship, you should be able to tell from day one when you want to get married. Not that, oh, let us be dating and let's see how it goes. Well, let's see how it goes is fine, but how long should this let's see how it goes should go for? I have said this again and again, that if you're in a dating relationship, 3 months, 6 months is sufficient time. 8 months is sufficient time for you to decide whether or not you want to continue with this person or call it quits, right? So if you've dated somebody for 3 months, you've dated somebody for 6 months, you've dated somebody for 8 months, and you still say you're trying to find out, you are still trying to conclude, then you have not been doing your dating right. You have not been asking the right questions, you've not been having the right meetings, you've not been having the right conversations and discussions on the matters that are most important, that will help you make the proper well-informed decision in that particular case, right? I remember a particular pope saying that let your relationship, he used the word courtship, right? Let your courtship be long enough for you to sufficiently know each other and short enough for you to avoid sexual immorality. I do not see any reason. Yes, some things may come up, but I do not see any reason why your relationship, for example, from the day she says yes, right? From the day she says yes and the relationship starts, I may not see so much of a reason why that relationship should last for more than 2 years without you guys getting married. On a very serious note, right? Is it because of school? Is it because of work? Is it because of relocation? Okay, some of those things may come in. Some of those things may come in and make things get delayed. But then you want to also consider, how do you want to do a long relationship for such a long time without sexual immorality coming into it, without social and emotional frustration come into it? We must consider these things. We must ask ourselves, how are we going to handle these things? If you ask people who dated for long and you ask them if it was a wise decision for them, if they would suggest and recommend it to you, many of them would not agree that you should do that. Many of them would not support that you should do that, right? Unless special circumstances come up. Yes, some of them may be able to stay away from premarital sex, but you know, when we are talking about sexual immorality, we are not talking about premarital sex. We are talking about fornication in general, which has to do with sexual activities both in the mind and in the body. Because if we follow Jesus' teachings, if we follow the Christian faith, we understand that whatsoever you do with your mind, right, is as strong and as real as what you do physically. So if you lust after a person in your mind, which is a mental activity, something that happens in your thoughts, what does Jesus say? He says that you are also guilty of adultery. So you are not different from a man who sleeps with a woman who is not his wife, right? So if you see people who are in long-term relationship, and just imagine the amount of torture and the amount of stress that they must have put on their emotions, they must have put on their mental health, they must have put in on their sexuality for that period of time, you would not want to go on that journey. So it's simple, like every counselor would say, do not date until you want to marry. It's just as simple as that. Enjoy singleness. I know some people cannot just be single, right? If they are single, they suffer depression, they feel like they want to die. I think that's your self-esteem issues. You should seek a counselor and a therapist to help you out. It is okay to be single. It's okay to live your life for the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and you are not in any relationship, because life is a game plan and you have a game plan. When do you want to get married, right? How long do you plan to date for before you get married? So for me, how long is too long in dating relationships? I think anything that is longer than 8 months is too long. If you have not yet decided, 8 months, like in 8 months, in dating a person, in 8 months, you should have concluded as to if I can marry this person or not, whether I'm going to marry this person or not. If you cannot marry the person, you quit. If you can marry the person, you start making your wedding preparations. I do not support people having to date for so long because of the amount of stress it puts on the individuals involved and also on the relationship. I'm tired of hearing men are scum, women are trash, this and that, when most of the time we are the ones who walk into this problem, who walk into these situations with our head, right? So put that head to work, and think about it. Let your relationship be long enough so that the two of you can sufficiently know each other, and let it be short enough so that you avoid sexual immorality. My name is Earl and I'm all right. Thank you so much for following. Subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, and share this with your friends. If you have any questions or you want to contact us, you can use the information showing on your screen right now, and you can also drop comments. We'll definitely respond to you. You rock.